You've been doing everything right for 20 years. Same workouts, same meals, same discipline. Then one morning you wake up and your belly looks like someone inflated it overnight. Not a little bloat, a full on spare tire that showed up uninvited and refuses to leave. You cut carbs, nothing, you add cardio, still there. You eat less, move more, track every calorie like a detective, and that belly just sits there, mocking you. Here's what nobody tells you: your body isn't broken, and you're not doing it wrong. What's happening is a hostile takeover. Your hormones just staged a coup, and they rewrote all the rules you've been following. That belly fat isn't stubborn, it's strategic. Your body thinks it's protecting you, but unless you understand what changed at the hormonal level, every diet and workout is just background noise. Today, we're going inside your metabolism during menopause to see what's actually happening. No BS, no blame, just biology explained so you can finally work with your body instead of against it. Let's find out from the inside. Think of your body as a company that's been running smoothly for decades. Every department knows its job. The fat distribution team sends energy to your hips and thighs, keeping things balanced and predictable. The metabolism department burns calories like it's getting a commission. Your muscle maintenance crew keeps everything tight and efficient. Everything's humming along under one manager, estrogen. She's been running the show since puberty, directing traffic, keeping insulin sensitive, making sure your cells respond when glucose shows up. The whole operation just works. Then perimenopause hits, and estrogen gives her 2 weeks' notice. At first, it's subtle. She's still showing up, but she's distracted. Some days she's all in. Other days she ghosts completely. Your ovaries, her direct reports, start sending mixed signals. Is she coming back? Should we keep working? What's the plan here? Nobody knows. Your body's group chat is chaos. Insulin starts getting confused. Your fat cells look around nervously. The muscle crew wonders if they still have job security. Then menopause arrives, and estrogen officially leaves the building. Doesn't pass the torch, doesn't train a replacement, just walks out. And suddenly, every department that relied on her leadership is winging it. Your fat cells, previously content sitting on your hips and thighs where they belong, look around and go, "Wait, who's telling us where to go now?" Without estrogen directing traffic, they default to the nearest available storage unit, your belly. Not because you're eating more, because the GPS changed. The address updated, and nobody sent you the memo. So what actually happens when estrogen clocks out for good? Here's what actually happens at the cellular level, translated so you don't need a PhD. For decades, estrogen was your metabolic CEO. She told your body exactly where to store fat: hips, thighs, butt, the safe zones. She kept your cells insulin sensitive, so when glucose showed up, your cells opened the door immediately. She maintained your muscle mass like a protective bodyguard, making sure you kept your calorie-burning engine intact. She even regulated cortisol, your stress hormone, keeping it from going rogue. Estrogen was the reason a cookie didn't automatically become belly fat. She had systems in place. Now imagine the office after the boss quits. Cortisol, the stress hormone who was always kept in check, suddenly thinks it's in charge. And cortisol has one management style: panic and hoard. It sees everything as a threat. Skipped meal, threat. Hard workout, threat. Bad night's sleep, mega threat. And cortisol's solution is always the same: store fat in the belly where it's easy to access during emergencies. Picture cortisol like a paranoid warehouse manager, pacing around yelling, "Put everything in the front room where I can grab it fast." It's not being mean. It genuinely thinks it's helping you survive. Meanwhile, insulin, who used to be a smooth operator, is now getting ignored at the door. Your cells have become insulin resistant. When you eat carbs, insulin shows up with glucose deliveries, knocking politely. But your muscle cells are like, "We're full, try later." So insulin has to park that glucose somewhere. And the easiest spot is belly fat. It's not that you're eating more. It's that the same amount of food is being routed differently. Different highway, same traffic. And here's the kicker: without estrogen protecting your muscle mass, you start losing it naturally. About 3 to 5% per decade after 30, accelerating hard in menopause. Less muscle means slower metabolism, which means the same 1,500 calories that maintained your weight at 40 now adds pounds at 50. The vicious cycle kicks in. Picture it like dominoes falling in slow motion. Less estrogen means more cortisol dominance. More cortisol means more belly fat storage. More belly fat means worse insulin resistance. Worse insulin resistance means even more belly fat. Less muscle means slower metabolism, making it even easier to gain and harder to lose. Each domino knocks down the next, and suddenly you're trapped in a loop you didn't create. Your body thinks it's doing you a favor, stockpiling resources for what it perceives as harder times ahead. But that favor shows up as a belly that won't budge no matter what you try. But here's where it gets interesting. Your body isn't refusing to burn belly fat. It's listening for permission. 3 specific signals that tell it the crisis is over and it's safe to let go. Miss even one, and you stay stuck. Get all 3 right, and that menopause belly finally starts responding. The first signal your body's listening for: we have enough protein. After menopause, without estrogen protecting your muscle mass, your protein needs skyrocket. That 15 to 20% of calories from protein that worked in your 30s doesn't cut it anymore. Your body's running a constant calculation in the background like a worried accountant. Do we have enough protein to maintain muscle? Because if not, we're holding on to every calorie we've got. When you don't eat enough protein, your metabolism slows, holds belly fat hostage, and even starts breaking down your existing muscle for amino acids. You're literally cannibalizing your own calorie-burning engine to save belly fat. Backward, but biological. The fix is simpler than you think. Aim for 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of your goal body weight. Front-loaded at breakfast, 30 to 40 grams within an hour of waking. Your body interprets a protein-rich first meal as, we've got resources, it's safe to burn stored fat. 3 eggs with avocado, Greek yogurt with protein powder. Real food, not some sad granola bar with 3 grams of protein pretending to be breakfast. The second signal: stress is under control. Remember cortisol, your new unwanted manager who panics about everything? It's obsessed with belly fat because belly fat is quick access fuel during stress. As long as cortisol stays elevated, it will defend that belly fat like a dragon guarding treasure. You can eat perfectly and exercise religiously, but if cortisol's screaming danger, your body won't release an ounce. Here's the trap most women fall into. They try to burn menopause belly off with more cardio and stricter diets. Both jack up cortisol. More cardio means more physical stress. Harsh calorie restriction means metabolic stress. You're trying to burn fat by creating the exact conditions that make your body hoard it. It's like trying to calm someone down by yelling louder. The actual solution? Strategic stress reduction. And no, this isn't woo-woo self-care fluff. This is metabolic strategy. Strength train instead of excessive cardio. It builds muscle without spiking cortisol the way long cardio sessions do. Sleep 7 to 8 hours minimum. Cortisol plummets during deep sleep like someone finally turned off the alarm system. Miss it, and cortisol stays elevated all day, finger still on the panic button. Eat enough. Severe restriction triggers cortisol spikes within 72 hours as your body goes into emergency mode. Walk, don't run. Gentle movement lowers cortisol. Intense daily cardio raises it. The third signal, and this is the one most women miss entirely: insulin can take a break. Your body can't burn belly fat while insulin is elevated. Period. Insulin's job is to store energy, and when it's high, fat burning is locked. Picture insulin like a security guard standing in front of your fat cells saying, "Nothing comes out while I'm on duty." After menopause, that guard works longer shifts because of insulin resistance. You eat breakfast at 7 a.m., insulin rises. Snack at 10, insulin rises again. Lunch at noon, insulin up. Snack at 3, insulin up. Dinner at 7, insulin up. Evening snack at 9, insulin up. You go to bed with insulin still elevated, and it stays that way for hours while you sleep. You never gave your body a window to actually burn fat. You've been running the engine on incoming fuel 24/7, never tapping the tank. The fix: create insulin free windows. Stop eating 3 to 4 hours before bed. Give insulin time to clock out and go home for the night. Consider a 12 to 14-hour overnight fast. Dinner at 7 p.m., breakfast at 9 a.m. Simple. When insulin finally drops, your body goes, "Oh, the guard left. We can access stored fat now," and starts pulling from that belly reserve. Nail all three signals, and something shifts. But there's one counterintuitive truth that changes everything. Here's the thing that makes menopause belly different from regular belly fat. The harder you fight it using premenopause tactics, the tighter your body holds on. Let's call out the three solutions that actually backfire. The cardio trap. You think more cardio equals more calories burned, equals less belly fat. Your body hears, we're under physical stress. Better save energy. After menopause, excessive cardio without adequate recovery triggers cortisol dominance. You're literally creating the hormonal environment that defends belly fat. Worse, you're burning through muscle because your body needs quick fuel. And without estrogen protecting that muscle, it's fair game. The counterintuitive truth: less cardio, more strength training. Muscle is your metabolic insurance policy. 2 to 3 strength sessions per week do more for menopause belly than daily runs ever will. Build the furnace. Don't just stoke the fire. The starvation mistake. You think eat less, weigh less. Your body thinks food scarcity alert. Shut down the metabolism. After 40, severe calorie restriction tanks your thyroid output, raises cortisol, and your body will sacrifice muscle mass before touching belly fat. You lose weight on the scale, but it's the wrong weight. Muscle disappears, fat stays put, metabolism craters. Then you eat normally again and gain it back faster because you've got less metabolic machinery running. The counterintuitive truth? You need to eat enough to lose fat. Not a free-for-all, but adequate protein and calories to signal safety. Your body releases fat when it trusts you'll feed it, not when it thinks you're starving. The impatience problem. Pre-menopause, you could cut calories, drop 5 pounds in 2 weeks, and your belly would respond. Post-menopause, your body's recalibrating everything. It takes 6 to 8 weeks just to start responding to new signals. Another 8 to 12 weeks to see significant changes. This isn't slow progress. This is your metabolism rebuilding trust after a hormonal earthquake. The counterintuitive truth? Patience is the protocol. Consistency over 12 to 16 weeks beats intensity for 2 weeks. This is a recalibration, not a sprint. So what does this look like in practice? Let's make it dead simple. You don't need a perfect plan. You need 3 non-negotiable habits that send the right signals. Start with protein, 30 to 40 grams at breakfast, 25 to 30 grams at lunch and dinner. Why breakfast matters. Your body's most insulin sensitive in the morning. A protein-rich start sets your blood sugar stable for hours and tells your metabolism, we're good, burn stored fat. Skip it or go carb heavy, and you're chasing energy all day, riding the blood sugar roller coaster until dinner. 3 eggs with avocado and berries hits the target. Greek yogurt with nuts and protein powder gets you to 35 grams easy. Not toast and coffee. Not yogurt with granola that's basically dessert pretending to be health food. Real protein. First thing, every day. Next, rebuild your movement around muscle, not cardio. Remember how cortisol panics when you overexercise? Strength training doesn't trigger that same stress response, but it does something better. It signals to your body, we need this muscle. Keep it. 2 to 3 sessions per week. Lifting heavy enough that 8 to 10 reps feels challenging. Focus on compound movements. Squats, deadlifts, pushes, pulls. You're not building bulk. You're building metabolic machinery that burns calories even when you're sitting on the couch. Each pound of muscle burns 3 times more calories at rest than fat does. But here's the secret weapon most people miss. Daily gentle movement, 7,000 to 10,000 steps. Not from a workout, but from life. Walk after meals. It blunts the insulin spike and improves insulin sensitivity, helping that confused delivery driver insulin actually do its job again. This is your neat, non exercise activity thermogenesis, the 90% of your day that actually determines your total calorie burn. And rest matters. 2 full rest days minimum. Sleep 7 to 8 hours because that's when cortisol finally backs off and muscle recovers. Over exercising in menopause backfires hard. Your body needs recovery to respond. Finally, create insulin windows. Finish dinner by 7 p.m. Don't eat until 9 a.m. the next morning. That's 14 hours where insulin drops and fat burning activates. You're sleeping through most of it. Easiest protocol you'll ever follow. Do this 3 to 4 times per week minimum. Don't go every day, or your body adapts to the pattern. Mix fasting days with normal eating days. Keeps your metabolism guessing and responsive, not locked into another predictable routine. Black coffee and water are fine during the window. Cream, sweeteners, anything with calories breaks the fast and calls insulin back on duty. Keep it clean, keep it simple. Put these 3 habits together, and here's what happens. So here's where you are now. You've spent months or years wondering why your body stopped responding. Cutting more, moving more, trying harder, and getting nowhere. But now you know your body wasn't broken. It was following new rules you didn't know existed. Estrogen left. Cortisol took over. Insulin resistance crept in. And your metabolism shifted into protection mode. That menopause belly wasn't stubbornness. It was biology doing exactly what it was designed to do when the manager quit and nobody trained a replacement. But once you send the right signals, protein to protect muscle, stress management to lower cortisol, insulin windows to activate fat burning, your body stops defending that belly and starts releasing it. Not overnight, but consistently, measurably, and finally in a way that lasts. Because you're not fighting against your hormones anymore. You're working with the new system. You didn't break your metabolism. Menopause rewired it. And now you know exactly how to speak the language it understands. The same body that built that belly will take it apart, piece by piece. Once it trusts the new management knows what it's doing. Give it the right signals, and watch what happens when you finally stop interrupting the process.